Hello, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Monday night. I have been diligently working on projects from clay, Chef Lori's Advent yarn all day long. And I put them in Bethany's piano bag. Bethany is our youngest daughter. She is 27 years old. When she was 5 years old, she started piano lessons, and her very sweet piano teacher made her this bag to carry her books, and it has a little pocket for her little assignment book where Mrs. Killian would write down what she was supposed to do. And it is now a project bag, and it was the only empty bag out by my chair, so I used it to collect the critters for today. Let's see, the record is 6 for a video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went from exactly 1 pound to 11.3 ounces. I used a lot of yarn today. And I've got another project that's like halfway done. Okay, the first one I did was right after I watched a video by Travel Crochet. I didn't realize she's got this cool thing going on of like a spin the wheel, a crochet roulette challenge. I think I have the hashtag written down in my notebook, so I will put it up here when I edit. She spins the wheel and she comes up with a category. And then she spins another wheel and she comes up with a color. Last week it was yellow mushrooms. This week it is pink sea life. Okay. So I got out my book, Genna Tatu, No So Mini Amigurumi. That's made by Genna, the book that she has out now. And I made her turtle. A green turtle with a pink shell. And then I was thinking, if it swims in the sea, is that considered sea life? Even if it spends much of its time on land, is it still sea life? Does a penguin count for pink sea life? This is the paid pattern from Minigurumi. I will link all the patterns in the description. So that's 2. Then I got on a cat kick. I was using the pattern from My Universe 64. Free pattern on Instagram. When you make it up in worsted weight, it turns out pretty small. When you make it in this DK weight with an E hook, it turns out really small. So there is a hot pink, almost purple, little cat. I think having a bunch of those in my $5 bin, they're going to go like that. Yep. I'm putting high hopes on my $5 bin for my next show. Then I made a blue cat. Nice sky blue. That's 4. Then I was looking at the yarns. Like, I got a lot of green. Can't make a green cat. No. Cats aren't green. Don't want to make a green cat. Unless I made a zombie cat. Okay, see, he's got 1 safety eye and 1 X for an eye. He's got 1 stump of a foot there. There's some stitching on the side. There's a little red bit there. There's some red at the tip of his tail. There's, okay, which way? Tip it that way. There's some more stitching over there. It's my little zombie cat. Sometimes zombies sell. Oh, I went out of order. I made this one yesterday. This is another one from the Mini Amigurumi's book made by Genna. This is her little triceratops. And I made him in blue. I had a little bit of blue left over. I made a football. I think I'll make some more footballs because they work up quickly. I made this one, I think, during Wheel of Fortune, maybe a little bit into Jeopardy. And I have plans to put it in my $5 bin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now, number 8. I was looking at the end thinking, I wonder if I have enough to make this. Well, give it a try. I can always, work a row less or something like that. It's a mushroom duck. Boop, boop, boop. I had plenty of the yellow because there was a yellow where there were 2 or 3 little skeins, and the red was just one big, I suppose you could call it a hank. But what they do is they loop their yarn around and then pull one string down and loop around the middle to tighten it, and then just tie a knot between the start and the end. And it takes a while to get those untangled, but I did, and I used all the red to finish off this hat and used a little bit of the orange for the beak and the feet. And there we go. So I'm down to 11.4 ounces. If I have another 5-ounce day, a little bit over 5 ounces tomorrow and Wednesday, I might be finished Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm getting there. The projects are going to start getting smaller or more striped or what else? Smaller, more striped, or they might get some yarn added in to help me get to the end of it. But I'm getting there. There are still double skeins of light purple and dark purple. Maybe I need to make a couple of purple penguins, like dark on the top, light on the bottom, then light on the bottom and dark on the top. And I just didn't do that right today. Dark on the top, light on the bottom, and then light on the top, dark on the bottom. Yeah. I was watching the Hobie, or Hobby, however you want to pronounce it, bingo today. Didn't win. I never win. But I play. And Mateus, behind the camera, operating things, was saying, oh, you've got to tell them if they don't have their bingo numbers to go out and come back in again. And the girl who was announcing it kept saying, go in, then come back out again. He said, no, you go out and then come back in. That's what I said. No, go out and then back in. And in and then out. No. So I'm sure people could figure it out, but it was a riot. That at one point she eventually said, in, out, back in. Okay, you are in, you go out, you come back in. It works. But I was just like, no, you're saying it wrong. You're going to confuse people. I think we're already confused. Okay, so that's it. I made 8 things and used up about 5 ounces of yarn. I haven't been feeling myself today. I have a slight earache and a slight sore throat. So I'm afraid I'm coming down with something. I'm going to go Google, how to ward off a sore throat and earache. How to keep a sore throat and an earache from getting worse. And maybe I drink hot tea, increase my vitamin C. Oh, we have those. They're vitamin C lozenges or something. There's there's a brand name for something that you take to reduce the severity of a cold. So maybe if I take that, that will help. They're on top of the fridge. I will go have one of those when I'm done with this video. Yeah. Just not feeling that this ear and my throat is sore, like right around here. So I can't get sick. There's a party this weekend. Okay. I can't think of anything else to say, and I want to go play with yarn. The sooner I get this video edited and uploaded, the sooner I can go back to finishing up the project that I'm working on now. And then start a new project. And then probably start another project before bedtime. To get a head start on filling the bag for tomorrow's video. Let's see, so 4 of these are going into my $5 bin. I have a basket that I fill up with penguins and have them. I put all of the mushroom ducks together. I have a sign that says like mushroom ducks, duck and fruit hat, duck with hat and purse with the prices for each individual one. So I just need to add a price tag to the triceratops and the turtle. I think both of those will be $12 items. So I'm getting there. I'm making progress, at least on the crocheting front. Bye-bye.